started working with the personal coach, I think primarily because we were in the evolution of a transition from a business succession plan.
Yeah.
And what we needed is we needed some help in how we would go about setting up the succession plan, the terms and conditions of the succession plan. I think, though, that as we continued to work with the personal coach, it became an evolution from working initially for business and succession strategies to actually working on various strategies for dealing with the sales process, creating a sales process, and out there working, promoting the sales process and also prospecting for new clients. Why we chose the personal coach was primarily because of the experience that the team had in working in the financial services industry. With several of them coming from very successful branch operations, I felt they probably had the most skill set and the most expertise and reputation out there in the marketplace.
Also looking from an operations standpoint and the sales process, negotiations, really we were looking for somebody who could help us with a lot of different areas in the business, and we found that they were able to offer that for us, which was great.
Initially, the value was driven from going through the succession planning process, but it's evolved into not only the succession planning process, but also creating a sales process, creating a referral process.
When you're working with a coach, you're working for a reason. You don't have an answer, and sometimes as you're kind of just discussing things with them, you know, the answer is kind of right there, sitting there, and it just kind of takes a few comments from the team to kind of make, for Brad and I to realize, you know, wow, this is the answer, and we kind of find it together, and it's just such a customized approach to things, which we really enjoy.
It's helped to deal with some of the dynamics of personnel, making sure that we've got the right personnel in place. And so I guess to identify one thing that was the most valuable would be to say that there isn't any one particular thing that was the most valuable. It's just that the value has changed and evolved over time.
And really that's one of the most valuable things, that there's an ability to have that expertise when you need it in all the different areas. First and foremost for us when we're going through any kind of a challenge, that it's like, well, we know we can kind of call on that personal coach team and there'll be someone available to help us in whatever area at the time that there is, so it's great.
How do we look at adding new team members to the business, and team members in the form of additional personnel, but also team members in the form of other salespeople, which can help to allow me to focus more on what my value add would be, which would be prospecting and generating new referrals, with a longer term outlook being how do we ourselves actually take the business through a succession plan so we can get an exit strategy. I would recommend, and I have recommended, the personal coach to other financial advisors, because I think what it does is it keeps you accountable, for one thing, in an industry where there is really no accountability. And I think the other thing is that it allows you to bounce ideas and problems, and we all in the financial services business and any other business are faced with challenges that are part of the daily grind, and having somebody that we can bounce ideas off of and go to for advice, I think is an important element for any business success.
Yeah, and I feel I would recommend the personal coach definitely on the infrastructure side. They come up kind of with this package that really hits all of the areas of our business, looking at it from a back-end standpoint, from, you know, doing the profit and loss statements and financial you know, side of it on our infrastructure, and just to anything from how to track your referrals, and you know, there's just this whole kind of package there that you know, it hits every single area.